Hello, for all of our founders who are pitching tonight, if you can go sit up over here, please. We are going to get started in exactly 1 minute. Okay, if everybody can get their seats. I can 100% turn into a Michigan kindergarten teacher. I love it when a finalist's husband goes outside and shouts and yells for everybody to come inside. So let's give a big round of applause when Cash comes back in to thank him for rounding everybody up. And here's Cash. Let's give him a round of applause for rounding everybody up. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is if you have a cell phone and it is not on silent, I'm going to punch you in the throat if a finalist is trying to pitch to win and I hear your cell phone go off. And I know that I've been to a lot of pitch events where people say nice things like, please turn them off. I'm not asking you to turn them off. I'm telling you to turn off your phone. I don't want to hear the vibration. I don't want to hear the ring. These people have worked very, 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 very hard on this, and I want to respect the process that they're going through and honor the fact that they're standing up here doing a very nerve-wracking thing. So if I want everyone to pull out your cell phone right now to make sure it's on silent. I'm not lying. Please do it. So, okay, wonderful. So now I can be nice. My name is Amber Guns. I'm the executive director for Naturally Austin. This is my very first pitch event that I've ever put on. But it is Naturally Austin's 5th pitch event that they have done, and we do it to honor founders, and we do it to bring this community together to help CPG founders get the elevation and the notice that they need in order to be successful. But my job is to not stand up here and talk to you all night long. My job is to time founders and make sure they don't go over 3 minutes because we have these lovely MCs who will yank them off the stage if need be. And we have great judges as well. But I'm most excited to introduce our board president, Felipe, who has been an absolute joy for me to work with and has helped me so much in putting this event together. And so, Felipe, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you, Amber. Welcome. This is our 5th year of being in existence. Super excited to be here today. First of all, a couple of metrics so you guys understand where we're at. Again, this is our 5th year. We have 297 members. Last year, we did 13 events. Thank you, Amber, for doing that. 773 people showed up, which is actually incredible to kind of see that. This year, we also had 20 members showcase at Expo West. And we had more than 100 active members attending Expo West as well. First, I'm really here to thank our sponsors because without them, this wouldn't be possible. So I'd like to take an opportunity to thank American Food Solutions, Bank of America, Ironclad Consulting Services, JP Morgan Chase, Keystone Bank, Prep IT, Rippling, RSM and Secured CPG, as well as UMAI. Because without them, we wouldn't be able to have this event today. So appreciate you guys as sponsors. Also, would like to take an opportunity to thank our farmers market vendors, the outside guys. Please go out and support them. Great people. They've all, have incredible products. So please make sure to stop by, say hello, grab some of their products. And lastly, I would like to just kind of show here, this is going to be our total amount of prizes that are going to be handed out today. The value is more than $60,000 worth. So also would like to thank our, prize sponsors here as well, UMAI, Bravo CPG, Spins, New Hope. Sorry. Thank you. Hummingbirds and Deer. IDSR, sorry. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I'm not going to introduce the judges, just putting that out there. I'm going to introduce our MC here. I decided not to get dressed up, just so I wouldn't make him look bad. So please. Everybody welcome Jason Jones.
Let's give a hand for Felipe. Now we're live. Is that better? No. It's green. It's flashing.
Closer.
Hello, hello.
This works.
Thank you, Amber. So, yeah, I had to say something about Felipe, and now I'm going to say even more, okay? Felipe has his hands full with his thriving business, Ironclad, but he finds plenty of time to keep the wind in the sails of this thing. I've known him and his family a long time, and my joke was going to be how great a job Jennifer did dressing you tonight, but clearly you didn't listen to her. But my name is Jason Jones. I've been a founding board member here of Naturally Austin over the last 5 years. And I've been in the CPG space here in Austin, I guess over 15 years now. And I have a few things to say just to tee up the main course. I think a lot about who is the customer for Naturally Austin. And my first thought is always founders. Where are my founders? Okay, we love you. We also know you can't do it on your own. Who's here as an early stage employee, one of the partners in crime for some of these early stage brands? People with one title and 18 jobs, that's how it goes. There's also some repeat offenders in the room. This stuff kind of gets in your blood. People who, you've been on the ride, maybe at a different carnival, but you're just crazy enough to take on a turnaround. I was just with some of these earlier today. Johnny, Scott, I see y'all. Anyhow, this is your community. This has been and is being built for your benefit. And if you'll bear with me, I have 3 things I want to say to y'all. Number 1, you have our respect. I know many of you, some of you I haven't met yet, but I know a lot of folks like you. I know the phenotype, and you're damn impressive. You really are. It may be a surprise that I'm older than a lot of you, but I really do feel that at y'all's stage in the game, you're so much further along than I was, and I genuinely mean that. You're doing the right kind of things too. You're building great companies the right way. You're birthing products that are better for us and our families. And you're doing all of this while you're taking quite a lot of risk in some cases. I didn't dress up for nothing. I did it out of respect for you all. Well done. Second thing, what you're doing is worth it. And I say it that way because it doesn't always feel like that. This game can be a grind, right? exquisite highs. There's some shady characters. There are really deep lows at times. Insane lows. But I would ask you this. Where else would you get your hands on so much at one time? I mean, think about it. You're birthing a novel concept. You're creating products that literally did not exist on the planet until you made them. You're standing up a supply chain underneath that thing, getting it to distribution. You're communicating with consumers, building a tribe of people who are passionate about what you're doing. In some cases, you're fundraising, you're funding these businesses, hopefully. You're even providing a return for investors who are just wild enough to place a bet on you. Consider the breadth and the depth of all of that. And even if you fail, in real talk, a lot of us are going to fail. I have multiple times. Think about how much more dangerous you're going to be with what you're picking up with this experience. Okay? It's worth it. Y'all hanging in there? Okay, last thing. This network, we are here for you. And I hope we bring value. You know, we've done a lot of different educational events around a lot of facets of the journey that you'll be going through. It ought to be a good place to find some decent mentorship, introductions to people who can really help you. You know, we have a beautiful constellation of service providers, legal, accounting, sales, marketing, all of it. And it ought to be a place where you can find a shoulder when you need one and just get some good advice every once in a while. Think about it this way. There's probably nothing that you all are going through that a lot of others here in this room have seen and actually lived through. So I just want to encourage everybody to take advantage of that, okay? And moreover, help us make it better. It could be that you'd be great on the board. Could be that you'd be a great mentor for the next set coming through. Or maybe you just have ideas about things we could add or do better. Don't keep those to yourself, okay? We hanging in there? Okie doke. Well, let's get into it. I need to introduce my co-host and also quit talking. Before I do that, we have 6 amazing companies, speaking of compelling products and amazing founders. To help guide those pitches, we have an esteemed panel of 6 judges. We'll be introducing those momentarily. But let me bring out my co-host. She is also on the board of Naturally Austin. She's a decision maker at B of A. Thank God she's actually qualified to host an event like this. Welcome, Crystal Reynolds.
Thank you, Jace. Is this still working? Thank you. I'm excited to be here today to help present some amazing finalists. And I'm glad I'm joined by this room full of amazing people as well. Happy to represent Bank of America as we support our local CPG community and founders at every stage of the journey, whether it be through our financial centers or private bankers, commercial bankers like myself, or our investment banking partners as well. So will not delay things too much, but would like to shift attention to introduce an amazing set of judges who are all sitting at the back wall today. I will start with Anish Sheth. If you can wave. Anish is operating partner at Redbud Brands and on the board of directors for Cheddies and FitJoy. He has a background in founding, scaling, and leading CPG companies. In 2018, he was named president of 4505 Meats, growing to 60 million revenue in less than 3 years and into a successful exit. He was the CEO of the Hate Stains Company, culminating in a successful exit as well, and is currently co-founder for a company focused on data analytics for CPG to drive sales, operations, and investor relations. Next, I will introduce Aryan Bhatnagar. He's joining us today from the DFW area. Thank you. He is on the investment team at Dream Ventures, an early stage fund focused on pre-seed to Series A. He was an analyst at Cowen's investment banking division previously and co-founder for an ed tech marketplace while earning his BBA from SMU Cox School of Business.
Okay, next, Mr. Stephen Dalpert, Managing Director of Westlake Asset Management. Hey, Stephen. Stephen does lower middle market buyouts. They're focused on food, beverage, and business service sectors. Previously, he was VP of Echo Capital Group, which is the Hot Pockets family office focused on investing across the food value chain. And he has over 20 investments, some of which you probably know: Quinn Snacks, Wild, Safe Catch, Ritual, Bubble, Super Coffee, and Boomerang's Pies. Next is Kelly Spillane, investment principal with Whole Foods Market, entrepreneur in food and food retail startups in both Ireland and the US. She served 7 years investing in food, beverage, and related tech startups for Enterprise Ireland, which is the largest startup investor in Europe. And she leads investments in Whole Foods' Leap Accelerator program today.
Next, we have Beth Gilbert. She is located in Bentonville, Arkansas, and the senior merchant for condiments for Sam's Club there. She has experience in beverages and specifically juices. She started with Kimberly Clark, leading sales and category management for Walmart and the grocery chain. Last but not least, Mote Thumbutu, excuse me. Mote leads strategic initiatives for Sam's Club, merchandising organization, also located in Bentonville. Thank you both for joining us here today in Austin. Know y'all are back and forth a bit. He started with Walmart in 2007 as the replenishment manager with the apparel division. He served in the technology division with the implementation of Workday as well. He previously served as Director of Business Services for Walmart Financial Services Compliance. And that is our amazing crowd of judges today. Thank you all for serving.
Okay, now we can really get into it. Our first company presenting tonight is Hundy Fruit Corp. Michelle Shore is the founder. Be making your way up. And this company is woman-founded from a childhood love of frozen pops, but seeking a healthier option made with real fruit.
I know it's time, so. Okay.
Whenever they start.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Michelle Shore, and I'm one of the co-founders of Hundy.
And I'm Aviv Shore, co-founder of Hundy and husband of the boss. I'd like to start by creating a little bit of nostalgia here amongst our audience. Let's bring ourselves back to childhood, specifically summer camp, and we were anticipating a long, hot, fun day with that neon-colored frozen treat we all used to know and love. I'm talking about the freezer pop, the otter pop, the flavor ice. Now let's reel it back in, and let's remember exactly what we were nourishing our young selves with, okay? Potassium sorbate, high fructose corn syrup, sodium benzoate, red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6. Let's hope there was no yellow 7. Guys, it was essentially sugar water with artificial colors and preservatives. Now, we've come a long way from those bad pops, and yes, there are good pops out there, still with a complex ingredient list. We at Hundy have realized that the best frozen pop is what it always should have been, 100% fruit and 0% other stuff.
We have implemented a one-of-a-kind patent-pending process to recreate and revolutionize the nostalgic treat we all love and know in its most natural form in a fruit pop. Kids and adults everywhere will now get to enjoy what we are prepared to make a household brand.
Hundy isn't only an incredible product, it's a grand solution. You can say goodbye to the daunting task of cutting open mango, pineapple, kiwi, and your other favorite difficult fruits, all to the tune of a messy, sticky kitchen. Hundy Pops are mess-free, grab and go, delightfully refreshing, available year-round, and fulfills the craving, nutritional needs, and satisfaction you get from these amazing fruits. And then there's our sustainability factor. With Hundy Pops, there's no wasting fruit, and our pops stay fresh in the freezer for 2 whole years. Oh, and of course, our Hundy Pops are non-GMO, dairy, vegan, gluten-free, and kosher.
We're diving into a $1.3 billion market with a groundbreaking product. The naturally positioned pops segment has seen rapid growth, up 35% in the natural category and 26% in the multi-outlet just over this past year. And Vital Clean products, just like ours, with no additives or preservatives, are also seeing remarkable growth. 34% in the natural channel and 38% in the multi-outlet. Priced at $10.99 to $11.99 for 8 full servings of fruit, we're strategically positioned to lead this market while offering consumers an economical solution for their daily fruit intake. Represented by Advantage Solutions own FDM, the team behind making Johnny Pops the fastest growing product in this category, we're poised for success. We're set to hit major retailers in Q4 and partner with Southern California and Texas school districts for their 2025 nutritional programs. Folks, the magic happens and the light bulb goes off once you bite into a Hundy and immediately realize that the frozen novelty game has been changed. Fresh, cold, delicious, mouth-watering fruit in the form of a frozen pop, sourced from the best growers all year long. It's true. We can finally leave the otters alone and hop on the Hundy train.
If you're ready to see this come to fruition, we invite you to keep it Hundy with us.
Thank you. Great presentation. I should have mentioned at the beginning our format, 3-minute pitch with 2 minutes for Q&A from the judges. So with that, judges, any questions?
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, first of all, I think you guys killed it. That was a really fun, very punny presentation, so nice job there.
Thank you.
When I try it, what's really surprising to me is there's literally pieces of fruit in it. That feels very different from what I see in the market today. How do you convey that to a consumer?
That is a great question, and I think the way that our packaging, the way that we do the clear window and the clear tubes to really show what the product is when it's on that retail shelf helps, that's the first step. We're also into doing demos, and just hopefully the way that we represent, the brand through marketing explains that. We do know we're a little bit, there isn't necessarily a popsicle like this on the market currently. But we're also really excited by that, and we're just excited that it really goes back to what Aviv said early on in the presentation. It's what the fruit pop should have been all along. So I don't know if that kind of answers the question. I don't know if you want to add anything. I'm missing something. But yeah.
Thank you.
It's kind of hard to know if it's on or off, so just bear with us all.
It's a green light. Okay. Well, I'm going to take advantage since I have the thing in my hand. Great presentation. Absolutely loved it. I'm often skeptical when I taste new things, and it surprised me beautifully, so love it. Quick question about how you're going to fund your growth. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, a great question. Currently today, we are self-funded in terms of everything from our manufacturing all the way through. We are excited that we are getting into retail. We've been able to scale and just use our funds, I think, very strategically. So right now, we're not necessarily looking for an exact investment. It has to be a strategic investment. We're really, really lucky and fortunate. We have such an amazing team. You can see some of them in red shirts here that bring their expertise already to our team as well to help us go forward.
Okay. Superb, confident answer. I love that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why go down the path of a patent? Why not keep it a trade secret?
It's an interesting question. I think we're investing so much on our process and to be honest, it seems really simple, but it is such a complicated process to get us to the end game. And we're just investing so much that we want to be protected and really be the manufacturer to have this type of fruit pop. So from legal advice, it's been recommended to, I guess. I'm not a lawyer, maybe one day.
All right. Next, we have Kinship Milk Tea. Caitlin Cash, the founder of Kinship Milk Tea. And Caitlin discovered her passion for milk tea while teaching in Thailand. Austin native and UT grad.
Welcome, Caitlin. Thank you.
Okay. And one, go. Okay. Hi, y'all. My name is Caitlin Cash. I'm the founder of Kinship Milk Tea. We make an iced tea latte with oat milk to energize your day. Oh, should have gone to that slide. Okay. Ready-to-drink tea is a $6.1 billion category. Billion with a B, and it is growing fast. 75% of tea consumed in America is iced. That's great news for us. And listen, y'all, I'm a coffee drinker, but after a cup or two in the morning, I want something different. I want something lightly caffeinated and refreshing, and that's where Kinship comes in. Tea is the second most consumed beverage in the world after water, and I saw that clearly when I was working abroad after graduating. I was working in very tea-forward countries like Thailand and Ireland, and I fell in love with milk tea in a big way. When I moved back to Austin, I started making it myself and sharing it with friends from my tiny home kitchen. So what the heck is milk tea? Think of it as an iced tea latte. We've got 3 ingredients: strongly brewed tea, a splash of oat milk, and a touch of cane sugar to create the Goldilocks of milk tea. It's not too sweet, it's not too creamy, it's just right, with 75 milligrams of caffeine for a gentle energy. We have 3 amazing flavors. We've got Earl Grey, which tastes like springtime. It's got hints of lavender and citrus. We have Oolong, very sweet and savory, hints of butterscotch and toasted hazelnut. And then English breakfast, straightforward, no frills, black milk tea, classic and smooth. So being from Austin, it was really important to me to partner with local independent grocers. So 3 years ago, we launched on shelves in Tiny Grocer, Royal Blue, Tom's. 6 months later, we expanded across Texas with Central Market. And just last Thursday, we launched in all 7 Austin Whole Foods markets. This last year has really been a breakthrough year for us, from winning a Startup CPG Shelfie Award to being one of 10 brands selected nationally for the Whole Foods Market Accelerator Program. In a couple of weeks, I am leaving my 9-to-5 behind, and I'm going full-time with Kinship, and I need the support of this community to do so. We're starting to fundraise, we're looking to build a board of advisors, and as we grow and scale, we're trying to solve some complex problems, like lowering our COGS and increasing our shelf life. By this time next year, we want to expand to all 50 Whole Foods markets across the region, and we want to grow significantly in food service, coffee shops, restaurants, et cetera, across Texas. My goal is to own our own backyard by going deeper rather than wider, by expanding into H-E-B by 2026. The name says it all. Kinship is all about community, and I'm grateful to be a part of this one. Stop. Okay, thank you. Not nerve-wracking at all up here.
I'm in pole position, am I, sitting next to the microphone? Sure, what'll I ask you? Well done, great story. Really, really enjoyed tasting your product earlier. It sounds to me like you're taking a deliberate and slow route, which is sensible. Tell me about how you plan to fund your growth. You did talk about fundraising just there.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, like I mentioned, I have a 9 to 5 still. And so we have been fully bootstrapped up until this point. I work on Kinship on the side, right? Beside my 9 to 5 job. And so I haven't been able to give it the full attention that it truly deserves. And I don't want to miss my window of opportunity. So we have not gone headfirst into really making sure that this business thrives. And so by raising funds, we can hopefully build a team. We can do all of the things like growing our distribution that we want. We've got to increase our shelf life. We have a number of problems that we're working on solving right now. So I'm dipping my toes in to answer your question. We are at the very, very, very early stages of figuring out what that fundraising journey looks like. If there's any mentors in the room, hit me up later. But yes, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, well, thank you. Anybody else?
Guess like a two-part question here. What
Sure.
is your shelf life right now?
Our shelf life is 21 days.
How are you going to manage that with increased distribution?
Yeah. So I am great. Yeah, great question. Fair enough. So I'm working with an amazing food scientist here in town. She's in the audience actually supporting, which is amazing. We're looking at going the HPP route. We think that route would be a really good thing for us. We would have to change our packaging. Obviously, you can't be in glass for that. But our flavor, the integrity of our flavor is of paramount importance to us. And that is what we were hanging on to. I don't want to be boring. I want to be really exciting. I want to be unique. And I want the flavor profile to stand out. So we're very tea forward. That's what makes us different from competitors. And so we have to find a method going forward that's going to maintain the integrity of the flavor. Yeah, of course.
Great presentation. What are your margins?
Yeah, I knew that was coming here. So we self-manufacture and we self-distribute. And so the reason I say that is to convey just how small we are right now. When I started this journey and we launched on shelves 3 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing and I was sourcing what I could find. I will be very honest with you, I'm still using all of those same ingredients today in the product. So our margins are not where we want them. We're at about a 20% margin right now. My goal is to tear it down and start again with completely new ingredients, new packaging, things like that, which is wild as we launch into Whole Foods that I'm saying that we're going to tear it down and build it again, but we're going to build it better. Thank you.
Great job, Caitlin. Okay, tough questions, y'all. Next up, we have Daybird. Yes. Whitney McElwain, founder, created a clean, functional makeup brand, fighting traditional industry standards as a female founder of color, focused on products that meet the needs of all women. Take it away.
Cool. Well, hi, y'all. I'm Whitney, and I'm the founder of Daybird. So growing up, I really felt this need to assimilate to American culture, and that meant, no accent, clearly, no baby hair flyaways, and wearing just a ton of products in order to try and fit in. I now have 2 daughters of my own, and I don't want them growing up with the societal beauty expectations that currently exist. So here's the facts. The U.S. beauty industry is $20 billion. That's $20 billion spent on trying to look and feel like a prescribed way. It's emotionally taxing, and the average woman spends $225,000 on beauty over her lifetime, yet doesn't use and wastes 90% of the products. Our customers told us they aren't using these products that are on their shelves, and that their top goal is to minimize steps in order to take back ownership of what beauty means to them. So here at Daybird, we create clean, functional makeup for a one-step morning routine, giving you back your time and mental space to do what matters most. Our hero product is a first of its kind makeup and skincare hybrid. So that's 2 clinically active serums, niacinamide and bisabolol, moisturizer, mineral SPF 50, and sheer tint, all in one multitasking product. And our innovative formula has already won multiple awards. So welcome to the Anti-Beauty Beauty Club. We're a consumer marketer meets chemical engineer who shared this disconnect with beauty standards after both working in male-dominated fields. We've built big brands like Red Bull, and we've operated at eight startups, including Curology and Quince. And in just under 2 years, we've served over 4,000 customers and counting. We grew revenue 480% year over year and tested into a proven customer acquisition strategy where we pay back CAC over 2.5 times on first purchase. In our community, they love us. They've mentioned us over 500 times in social and press to date. We recently went viral on TikTok Shop, selling out of 2 of our SKUs. So the momentum has really been building. And last year, we participated in Target's Accelerator. We also launched online in Urban Outfitters, as well as Kourtney Kardashian's Shop Poosh. So that's really prepping us for this next phase of retail expansion. Our customer, they shop high-low for beauty when they shop for their whole self. But they struggle to find, the specialty and quality brands and products that they love in their grocery or convenience store. And so this is where Daybird comes in. Newtopia Now couldn't come at a better time for than what we are doing right now. Our biggest priority in the next 12 months is to expand into the natural grocery channel. And our future is redefining beauty standards for future generations so that there is no standard. Space will be created and Daybird will be available wherever you are, just as you are. We're already connected with and are in early conversations with CVS and Target for that long-term vision. So join us. Let's go dismantle beauty standards together. Thank you.
So the price point's $40, is that correct?
Yeah, $39.50.
And what are your thoughts on going into drug, that channel, for example, at that price point? Do you think, what does the competition look like, or would you have a different kind of SKU for the drug channel?
Yeah, so what we're seeing, and even in our talks that we had with CVS the other week, was that their customer and our customer is really shopping high-low, right? So they're buying that e.l.f. $1 eyeliner in addition to buying that premium skincare for the products that they really want. And so when we think about our price point, we are priced competitively to a tinted sunscreen, but then we also are reducing additional products and steps in our customers' routine, specifically with the niacinamide serum, the bisphosphol serum, as well as providing the sheer tint.
What percent of the business is D2C versus retail?
Yeah, right now we're a little over 90% direct to consumer. And then with our retail partners, Urban Outfitters and Poosh, that makes up the remaining.
Got it. So what is your AOV? Is it around $40 or higher?
Yeah, so we are one hero product at the moment. We plan to do product line extension, over the next couple of years. We already have some things working in the lab in that functional makeup space. So right now our AOV is largely, it's a little over $40 actually, because people do tend to stock up whenever they return.
Got it. And what do your CACs look like right now?
Yeah, so our CAC it's actually, our full CAC is a little over $10, but we've actually tested into a $6 CAC. We've held that since January of 2023.
Nice.
So you mentioned that you want to expand into natural grocery.
Yeah.
Why natural grocery as opposed to a more traditional beauty channel?
Yeah, this comes directly from our customer, right? They get overwhelmed when they go into an Ulta and Sephora. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They've been telling us they want to shop for beauty when they're shopping for other lifestyle essentials or their groceries, et cetera. So we want to go where they are. So they shop at a Whole Foods, at a Sprouts, right? And so we want to be available where they shop because they do still highly value convenience, even though they want those specialty products where they're shopping for beauty. Thank you, guys.
All right, next up we have Love and Cookies. This is Ashley Cameron, former nurse at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. Do you need this? Okay. Oh, so this is forward. And winner of HEB Quest for the Best in 2022.
Well, hi, Naturally Austin. I am Ashley Cameron, owner, founder, and chief cookie officer of Love and Cookies. We are a gourmet cookie company located here in Austin. We have 3 brick and mortar locations, a D2C line, and of course, our most beloved product is our CPG line, which is our pre-portioned frozen gourmet cookie dough. Our cookie dough is easy, it's efficient, it goes straight from your freezer to your oven with no thawing required. You guys, even my husband can do it. You can do it. But that's not even the best part. The best part is that our product is made with better for you ingredients. It's made with unbleached flour, real eggs, real butter, no artificial dyes or ingredients whatsoever. I was not always a cookiepreneur, as I like to say. As you heard, my background is a nurse. But in 2019, my husband and I's life turned upside down when our oldest son, Charlie, got diagnosed with an acquired heart condition called Kawasaki's disease. And after he received life-saving treatment and he came home from the hospital, he said, I asked him what was the one thing in the world that he wanted to do. And I would have taken him to Disneyland same day had he asked. But instead, his answer was simple. He wanted to bake cookies with mommy, and Love and Cookies was born. Let's fast forward to 2021 when we opened our first brick and mortar location in Lakeway, Texas. We launched our pre-portioned frozen cookie dough, and by all means, it flew off the shelf. So the following year in 22, we decided to apply for HEB's Quest for Texas Best program, where we went on out of 550 applicants and won first place. Holy butter and sugar. How was I going to supply 300 grocery stores? I had no idea. So I made the really hard decision to build my own manufacturing facility, and I did it and made it operational in just 4 months. Thank you. We have had a fantastic, successful launch at HEB with 5 of our SKUs. And one thing that we have learned, you guys, is that Texans, y'all love cookies. You love them, but especially they love our pre-portioned gourmet frozen cookie dough. And so what we know is that month over month, since we launched just in July of 23, that we have increased our sales. From 22 to 23, we doubled our revenue. And this year, we are on track to 4x our revenue and are going to be found in over 1,500 grocery stores across the United States. You guys, the frozen dessert category, it is lacking so much, and we are completely disrupting a category with our product. And we are on par to launch an innovative product, and we are so excited about it because our product is easy, it's efficient, and the world, America, deserves a better for you gourmet product that you can make at home. Earlier this year, we launched a safe round to help fund our working capital needs so that we can get into the homes of everybody across America. And while my time on stage is certainly coming to an end, remember to eat more cookies, and life is what you bake it.
Your manufacturing facility.
Yes.
Do you currently have the capacity, if you're 4xing revenue, to meet that demand, or what's going on there?
We absolutely do. So our production process is very simple. And so we built it with the expansion in mind because we didn't want to cut ourselves short. So we knew we have kind of 3 different shifts that we're able to work out and know that we have room. So right now we're currently at about 18 to 20% capacity. So we have room for growth.
So having tasted your cookies, they're outstanding. And I hate to ask this question, but I'm going to. Who do you see as your closest competition?
That's a wonderful question. So, we're being category disruptive right now, right? And so we are pulling customers from the refrigerated section where you normally would find cookie dough into the freezer aisle. So our competition definitely is in a different category, but I think that our consumer wants new and innovative products and especially better for you. And so we have to work at pulling that customer from there. But the reality is that we're competing against the whole grocery store because there's cookies in the cookie aisle, there's cookies in the refrigerated section. And so we just have to use our brand awareness and our product quality and the ease and efficiency at home to really gain that customer.
Great answer. Thank you.
How are you guys driving brand awareness?
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you.
How are you driving brand awareness?
So within the stores that we're in, we drive brand awareness with demos and doing TPRs and different things like that. But we also really try to gain a lot of traction with our social media between Instagram, TikTok, and all of those different things. Okay, thank you.
Next up, we have PKN. Laura Schenker is the founder. Laura has been working to preserve freshwater systems in Texas for quite a while now, I understand. She has over 10 years' experience deploying advanced water and agricultural technologies. Come talk to us.
Thank you. Before they start the clock, I wanted to ask, how do you say PKN? Not like that. How do you say it? Sorry. Don't hit me. There we go. So my name is Laura Shankar. I'm the founder of PKN. This is a brand that really belongs in Texas because I was joking about it. Texans get pecans. And the mission of this company is to tap into the foods that we know that are sustainable, but also can do more than sustain us, that they can delight us. Thank you. Technical problem there. PKN has been developed to really sort of tap into that legacy and make a special connection with people. We've got, in terms of the market opportunity, we've got a market for plant-based milk that has been booming. Today, it's 15% of the liquid milk market. This year, that market did not grow. It stayed the same. The bottom line is that 36% of people in the United States are lactose intolerant, so there's a baseline of about a third that needs to be built, and it's not getting built by oat milk and almond milk. Even more importantly, all of the nuts in that market, primarily almonds, come from California. So 10% of the water in California is used just to grow almonds. The future is definitely about nuts, but it can't come from California. There is no way that there's another 10% in California. So what we're looking at is a future that's about pecans, probably 20 to 30% of the future market. And this is where we're starting. We're the first pecan milk on the dairy aisle. What we want to do is build a brand that taps into people's excitement about pecans, their love of pecans, and start to hearken toward the farmers and the soil that's so sacred for us to preserve that. What's so special about a pecan? And I guess probably people here can explain this better than I can. It has the highest ratio of antioxidants of any tree nut, and it has micronutrients that are very important. It's been shown to be very supportive of heart health, as well as protect against diabetes. And I guess it's Texan, and they taste wonderful. This is the vision we have for the product. We've developed creamers as well as milks. And this year, we took the knowledge that we got from last year in over 200 grocery stores around the United States. We were hearing that people, first of all, they wanted to have a natural tasting product, and then quite a few of them wanted nothing in it. They wanted nothing that wasn't already in your refrigerator. So we made a product that is only pecans, vanilla, and salt. Technically, this was very difficult to do. There was a lot of work to turbocharge the pecans without adding any special ingredients, and we're very proud to do this. What you see at the bottom here is a scan, which appears through a QR code on the product, which enables you to look back to the actual trees that created that pecan. So we're creating a connection between the consumer and the farmer. These are drought resistant. They are, and we've created company that's very agile to adapt as we develop this product. Finally, we're in over 200 stores, working closely with UNFI and KeHE. And this year, we're working with our team to develop a demo strategy that enables people to taste this, in particular in Texas and California. And we're driving up velocities. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.
That was delicious. Really, really loved it. I'm just interested to know how you can scale the product, assuming you have the success that you ought. How can you scale it in terms of getting access to more and more pecans? Because it takes a long time to grow them, right?
It does. It takes 8 to 12 years. They last for over 100. My background since 2016 has been working with pecan farmers. What we do is we upcycle pecans. So this is a whole new revenue stream for them. They're wasting, basically, if you come from Walmart, the people from Walmart will appreciate this. We're wasting a huge amount of the food that comes off of these trees, and this is the way we can upcycle them. There is a lot of work to be done to save a lot of the pecan farms, in particular in Texas, but we feel that technology like drip irrigation, like sensors, can really enable us to transition away from chemicals and to more regenerative practices.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. And tell me, do you tell the upcycled story on your packaging?
We do.
Okay, good.
We do, and and I guess it is. There's a lot of opportunity. We can drop the cost of our pecans by over $1 as we start to upcycle more of the pecan meal. Okay. So this is, from a business perspective, it's one of the most exciting pieces.
Absolutely, that's great to hear. Thank you. Anyone else?
You have a lot of amazing attributes. You're upcycling, water conservation, regenerative farming. I mean, which one do you go with? I feel like you're going to overwhelm the consumer when you highlight every single one of these attributes.
Can I answer that in an entrepreneurial way? I would say that you need to do all of these. We don't have food to waste, so we need to upcycle. We do need to worry about where the future of the food is coming from. So we have to have the regenerative piece. We're running out of water. So these are all very, very important things. And as I said, part of this is that we need to innovate and delight. What do you do with a pecan to really make it fun? Because this is part of what we'll be able to eat in the next 40 years.
All right, next up we have Gurnarly Morgan Potts, a fellow female snowboarder from Georgia. She's first-time founder and focused on being active and building relationships.
I don't know how to work this thing, so oh, perfect. We can figure that out. All right, last one, and we got 3 minutes for a big adventure, so buckle up and let's go. How many of y'all eat granola? Raise your hand. Okay, how many of y'all are like completely obsessed with the granola you eat and remember the name? All right, there's a few of you, maybe granola lovers. So I'm going to convince you to change your mind and love the granola you eat and be a part of our lifestyle brand. So we are Gurnarly. Here's the problem on the granola market today. There are quite a few brands out there. It's a very boring category, I'm aware. And some are full of sugar, canola oils. Some people are doing it great, like Pure Elizabeth is crushing it. But there's nothing like Gurnarly. We have clean ingredients, no seed oils, certified gluten-free, certified kosher, and we're more than just the sprinkle on top. A lot of people, I'm sure most of you are like, I put granola on whatever, and Gurnarly can be the main event. That's what we want. It all started with a dream. I was on track to go to vet school. I have an animal science degree, and I woke up right before a big snowboarding trip back in 2015 with a dream to put whiskey in granola and call it Gurnarly. Everyone was like, what were you doing the night before? And I was not drinking whiskey, and I had never made granola in my life. But I woke up, and I was like, you know what? People eat Cliff Bars on the mountain, and people take the fireball shots. So why can't we combine the two? And hence Granarly was born. And this picture on the left, I like to point out, that was me in 2017 when I met some of you and moved here with a food truck and no idea what I was doing. So that's how it began. These are a bunch of numbers and a bunch of words, but something I wanted to call out is there is a 2.8% growth in the gluten-free granola category right now. It's a $93 million market, and it's growing in not only dollars, but velocity, so more people are buying granola, shockingly, and I want to be a part of that and change the granola game. Something else I wanted to call out is only 5% of the dollars in this category feature an allergen-free claim, and we are allergen-free. Most people I meet are like, I can't eat granola, I'm allergic to nuts, but you can have Granarly. So these are, I always say, meet your new BFF. All of our blends are different. They have a personality almost. We have 2 with whiskey, 3 without. 1 is dark chocolate espresso. That's espresso yourself in the middle. Skinny Jeans is like a vegan spiced one. And then Groovy Green has no added sugar, sweetened with avocados, dates, and maple syrup, and some apples. So quite the spread of blends we have here. It's an $8 bag investment, but for a gnarlier life. I have an intern and employee now and people I meet all the time who are like, because I know Granarly and eat Granarly, my life has become more gnarly. And that's my goal. You eat Granarly, you find adventures every single day. I know the economy is wild right now and you can't always go on that big grand trip, but I'm a big believer that you can find adventure no matter where you're at. In 2022, we were just in 2 stores in Texas, and Target called me, and I absolutely answered. In 2023, we scaled to this many states, Target nationwide, King Supers, and City Market, and by the end of this year, we'll be in Sprouts nationwide. We're part of KeHE Elevate and on Amazon Prime, and our sales are up in all of our stores. We're running out of time, but I'm going to keep going. Here we go. Life's an adventure. Don't be bland. Eat Granarly.
How are you funding all the growth?
Great question. I did do 1 family and friends round because Target called me and we kind of like y'all, I'm a yes girl. I was like, we'll do this and I'm going to figure out how, and we changed everything and did do 1 round of funding. And right now we actually have had our first couple profitable months, but we are looking to raise as we launch into Sprouts in August.
How much do you think you'll plan to raise?
1.5 million.
And how much runway does that give you guys?
That will give us about 24 months. We're hoping to hit about 24 months. I'm not going to keep answering. You may ask more questions.
That distribution growth is very impressive. How do you keep velocities up when you expanded that many stores?
Yeah, that's a great question. Someone I was talking to in preparation for this was like, Morgan, you do realize this is not what people do normally. You usually hit a few million in sales and then scale. But I was like, why not go big or go home? So it was wild going from 10 stores to nationwide, and people in Texas knew us, but not everyone nationwide. So we really are, that is a problem we're trying to solve right now, increasing our velocities. There are a handful of targets that we're like absolutely crushing it in as far as velocities go, and a handful that we aren't. So we are figuring out how to bridge that gap right now through demos, brand marketing, and just going out. We've actually launched new clubs in different states, like a hikers club we did in Arizona last week. So a lot of like community building adventure clubs to really get our name out there. I can talk loud.
Just to make sure I understand, are you saying that you have the capacity to support your scale?
Yes. So I kind of breezed through this slide. Our gross profit margins aren't exactly where we want them to be, but we're operating at a tier 1 level with our co-packer, and we can go all the way up to tier 5. So as we scale, those gross profit margins are going to hit between 30 and 40% at the end of this year. And they can produce out the wazoo for us. So.
And the one question I was going to have is, as you guys are scaling across your doors, how are you keeping retailers satisfied? Because what I heard was you have a little bit of opportunity in terms of the quality in which you're satisfying various outlets versus none. How are you guys managing through that?
Keeping the retailers satisfied as far as like having the product on shelf? Yeah, we have a 98% fill rate with Target, and I'm in Whole Foods, and I directly distribute to them every week. So we keep them in stock and keep them happy. And we have a small team. It's me and one other girl right now, and I'm big on relationships, so really driving in on like what's working, what's not working, and how can we fix it, basically. Anyone else? Okay, thank y'all.
Well done, everybody. Seriously, those were awesome pitches. Judges, thanks for some challenging questions. We have a 10-minute break scheduled. We're ahead of schedule. Y'all are really behaving. Okay. So at 7:50, we'll come back in here and announce the winner.
Everyone, while the judges are deliberating, if you could go out into the atrium area to give them some privacy.
You guys are.
Okay, we've got a winner to announce, so come on in and grab a seat. Okay, we're getting ready to get started. So I'm going to pass this over to our intrepid MCs, but I'm going to also hang up here and I'm going to click through this thing now.
Welcome back, everyone. Yay! So I've got a little fun fact while everyone's coming in the room. This is some recent data that was published, I think it was this week or last week. Peter Walker at Carta put together an analysis of the startup ecosystem here in the US that I thought was very interesting to look at. It was an analysis of data from Q2 of 2023 to Q1 of 2024 and looked at the investment in these startups. So the consumer category, where Austin fell on that, well, I guess I'll just start with LA was number one at $910 million in investment for companies headquartered in LA. And so for Austin, we were number 8 on that list at 98.1 million. Close behind Boston, number 7. See me after if you want to know the rest of the list. So I will turn that over to Jason.
Quiz later, right? Thanks for hanging with us, y'all. We have the winner determined. That's coming up in a few minutes. Gotcha. I know better. But right now, we want to do a couple of things. We're going to hear from Katrina about the broader, not yet, not, I got the thing. You know the thing, man. So we'll hear from Katrina here in a minute. But before that, we want to introduce the winners of last year's Pitch Slam. They just crushed it last year and have had, I'd say, a really intrepid year this far. They have tons of momentum. I think they're great advocates for the Naturally Austin program. They're near and dear to my heart. Come talk to us, Ms. Lila Sullivan and Kate Ferguson.
Thank you, Jason. Is there an extra mic or do I have to share? Okay, just kidding. Hi, y'all. I'm Lila.
I'm Kate.
And we are the co-founders of Flourish. We were so honored last year to have won the Naturally Austin Pitch Competition. Flourish is an organic houseplant fertilizer made of food waste, and we just wanted to share that since the Pitch Slam last year, we have had a lot of wins, and a lot of it was because of the Pitch Slam and the amazing people in the audience. So we owe all of y'all a huge, huge thank you. We could not be more proud and grateful to be a part of this Austin community.
Should be good now. Yeah, it's really an honor to be able to come out and connect with everyone a year later, post Naturally Austin Pitch Slam, and then also getting the opportunity to compete in the Expo East National Pitch Slam, which Lila was able to speak on our behalf at. And we had a wonderful experience there. And so wanted to share a few highlights post 1 year and some of the things that maybe you can look forward to too. Prior to prior to the Naturally Pitch Slam, we were in a limited number of small independent garden centers. We've since hit over 200. We've launched in Whole Foods. We're working on deals with several other grocery chains and working to expand in the natural sector as well as some additional SKUs. And so I would just say that the Naturally Network is a wonderful opportunity to really catapult your growth. As Jason mentioned, it is a wonderful resource for mentors and advisors and a network that can really support you. He mentioned earlier having a shoulder to cry on. Little does he know that he's our shoulder to cry on.
I think he knows.
But we're really grateful for that opportunity to, share our experience and to connect with other founders. And I think the sentiment that he shared earlier of like someone has always been there before you and has experienced this is really true and something that we've really seen. So I would encourage you as you're like going through all these challenges as we go through on literally a daily basis to share with your community, because there are pieces of advice that they can share, and someone has walked this path before you, and so I would encourage you to take advantage of the network.
I will also say that one of the greatest joys of the win and having the opportunity to pitch to Expo East this past year was also to connect with other brands that are like us, including the other folks that we pitched against in Austin and the other folks who we pitched against from the national chapters. We came in, I guess, 4th place at the Naturally National Pitch Slam, but I mean, the competition was stiff. The folks who were there were so impressive. I thought every single pitch was incredible, and those other brands have supported us in ways that we just could not have imagined. Everything from helping us find suppliers for different types of packaging, all the way through the best freight brokers. It has been really like a team effort, so that we've been really proud of. Since the win last year, we were featured in Forbes 30 Under 30. Like Kate said, we launched in Whole Foods a few months later, which we are incredibly honored by. And we're so excited to keep growing with this community. So thank you all, and so excited to hear. We also got to do karaoke with Katrina.
Okay. Hey everyone, it is really wonderful to see so many familiar faces, but it's actually even more wonderful to see a lot of new faces, because Naturally Network and Naturally Austin, this event is an example of this community in action, right? Leela just shared those experiences last year. So I just want to paint the picture for some of the competitors here. Every single Naturally chapter right now is going through their Pitch Slam season. So if you raise your hand if this is your first Naturally Austin event. Oh, okay, quite a few of you. So Naturally Austin is part of Naturally Network. So Naturally Network is essentially the front door of the CPG industry. We're serving about 45,000 across the country now, and our chapters really reflect the heat map of industry activity. So it's an incredible community across the country where we're finding brands like you all and supporting you. So this event, this Pitch Slam, is meant to elevate your efforts, really celebrate you. And one of the things that I feel like a proud mom a little bit, just because I've been in this Austin business community for 30 years. I've been in the CPG community fairly new. I've really been only in it for 5 years, but the growth that the Austin community has been really incredible. I am so impressed by every single founder that was up here, because you guys got asked tough questions and you answered them, didn't even blink. And, I would say that 5 years ago, there's so many founders that have been Naturally Austin members for, since the beginning. And I talked to some of the board members, and I would say that even 5 years ago, the confidence in this community has grown tremendously. So I really commend you and respect what you all did up here today. So can we just give all these founders a round of applause? So as Flourish mentioned, the competition is pretty stiff. Every single regional chapter is also hosting a pitch slam. So the national pitch slam, you are going to be competing against those regional winners. So the last 2 years, the national competition has been happening at Expo East. This year, we are hosting a virtual competition ahead of Newtopia Now. The Naturally Austin winner will receive a complimentary booth at Newtopia. You all will be coming in together as a cohort to that show. So we'll be supporting your success on the show floor. We'll be helping to prep you with your retail conversations. Access to opportunity isn't enough, right? I can open the door for you, but if you don't know where to sit, it's not going to be good. So that is programmatically what we're hoping to do with supporting you all with the National Pitch Slam. So the awareness that we can build for you during the virtual competition 3 weeks ahead of the Newtopia Now show, and then you all will be on the show floor with not just your Pitch Slam competitors across the country, but you'll also be there with 24 other brands that we're bringing to the show. So you are all coming in together as a community. So for example, if you are, next to one of the brands that it's in the Naturally Network community, maybe you can go to the bathroom and you can leave your booth and maybe they can support you while you go do that. That is a real instance that has happened. So I just want to share that the community that the network is building, the community that you all are showing up with, this is really, really incredible to see. There's no replacement for in-person engagement. And I also want to celebrate the board members. So board members, can you raise your hand? Every single Naturally chapter across the country is led by a board of directors that really reflects industry leaders, right? They have so much tribal knowledge, like Jason said. They're offering to let you cry on their shoulders. They're telling you their own stories. they're sharing resources with you. I think part of the reason why some of the founders up here are also appearing so confidently is because you guys have been asked those tough questions before because you're plugged into community. So I hope that you all keep showing up for yourselves. And if you win the National Pitch Slam, you also get a complimentary booth to Expo West. We'll also be bringing a large cohort of brands there and supporting your success there. You'll also be receiving over $30,000 worth of prizes from New Hope, among many things. So I just want to take this time to celebrate all of you. The national role is tough because I don't get to see the community in action all the time. I work 100% remote. Olivia on my team is also here. So Olivia, thank you for volunteering registration. So keep showing up. This community you need it and they need you. It's very evident the progress that the Austin community has had. So like I said, I feel like a proud mom. I'm so impressed by the brands that were up here. If you're a founder and you haven't applied, you haven't plugged in yet, I highly encourage you to. There's 45,000 of you across the country that you could make friends with right now. And again, we are anchored by in-person events, right? Like these in-person moments are really the lifeblood of community. So plug in, get to work, and I celebrate all of you. So thanks for being here.
I'm just going to give a thank you to our judges for doing an amazing job. Y'all had a difficult task ahead.
Yes, thank you all. Thank everybody for hanging in there. It's been a long evening, but a really amazing one. These things do seem to get better and better. So just remind everybody, please sign up to Naturally Austin. Come to our events. Reminder that the winner of this competition, this one is a winner take all. So there's 60 grand in total value that the winner is going to be taking with them. So, but well done to everyone. There's only one thing left to do.
What's
Crystal?
that, Jason?
Go for it.
All right. The winner is Daybird. Whitney McElwain.
Oh my gosh, we were not expecting that. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys all. I don't have anything prepared. I was not expecting that at all, but we will honestly take advantage of everything that has to offer with all of the prizes. I don't even know what to say, you guys. I'm like struck for words. So thank you, everyone. This is actually my first Naturally Austin event. My youngest is 6 months old. Kate and Lila actually told me to join the Naturally Network since I wasn't sure because we aren't food and bev, and they told me to. I had to go on some parental leave before doing so. So this is just a huge, amazing welcome to it. So yeah, thank you.
Well done. That is really well deserved. Y'all were so smooth. So we have the place for another hour or so. Is that true? 9 o'clock?
So we do have the place until 9 o'clock, but keep in mind, May is Naturally Austin's birthday month. So please come out, join us for a cocktail, celebrate our little birthday of 5 years old, and celebrate Daybird and their massive win. So, and with all of the founders, we'd like to get a picture with all of you. So if you can all come up as well. But now go out and eat and drink and be merry, and our farmers market is still open.